Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your weekly reading for September 18th to the 24th. This is for Sagittarius Sun and Sagittarius Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional occult cross spread. I also use astrology for my guides to help bring you a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Sagittarius. I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So, Sagittarius, this is going to be a very interesting week. If you are here for work, this is going to be a big, big work week, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. The first things first. On Tuesday, the sun is going to oppose Neptune. Now, this isn't one of those, you know how we had this, we came out of a couple sun oppositions where it made things a little bit challenging. This is not as rough as those. This is really just, you know, spending time to tap into the right side of your brain, being really creative, being really imaginative, but also really letting your intuition guide you at this point, and really having that being like a source for this day, because, you know, the sun opposing Neptune has a tendency to bring like a lot of confusion and even like delusion and whatnot. It is, you know, Neptune is retrograde in Pisces, which does actually allow you to tap into your spirituality a little bit more. And of course, with all the other outer planets that are retrograde, it's really allowing you to think about that, all right? Really thinking about, you know, we've gone through, you know, when 7 out of 8 planets were retrograde, right? Pretty much the entire solar system. And so now that they're finally going direct, it's like asking yourself, what have I learned? Where do I want to go from here? So use this day to just let your intuition guide you, okay? This is one of those days where that's going to be very helpful. What's really interesting is that the moon is also, the moon will be in Scorpio this day. And I rarely talk about the moon transits, but it is going to be you may find yourself like just deeply passionate today about some things that you want. But again, don't remember, Neptune can bring a little bit of confusion, so just trust your intuition around this time. All right. Now, one of the reasons why I am bringing up the moon in Scorpio is because the next day we have the sun trine Pluto. Okay. Pluto is a ruling planet for Scorpio, so it's kind of like spilling over. But this day, the sun trining Pluto is a powerful, intense day, but a good one. Okay, remember, trines are very auspicious. Now, this is going to be the most powerful Pluto. Pluto is a planet of transformation, of power. Okay, this is the last big Pluto aspect that we have for the rest of the year. So use it to your advantage. This is all about empowerment. This is all about feeling powerful. This is all about really a day where you can impress VIPs. You can feel really confident about the things that you do. You can really, you know, take life by the horns and veer it the direction you want to veer it. Okay, this is a day where everyone's just going to feel kind of like a burst of confidence, like a burst of like you know, that feel good, like I feel alive energy. So really use it to your advantage. But when I say empowerment, like this is really big. Now, Pluto is in Capricorn, and that is your second house. So that's why I really want you to pay attention to this, because remember, sun trining Pluto. The sun is in Virgo in your 10th house of career. Pluto is in Capricorn in your second house of finances and salary. So if you are here for career, yeah, you could see a lot of activity around this time. Again, it's a great day to, now that Mercury's gone direct and, Venus is waking up, it is a good time to ask for a raise. If you think it's time to ask for a raise, it is a great time to, ask for a promotion if you're looking for a promotion. It is all up to you. I'm just letting you know this is a day where you can feel very empowered, okay, moving forward. Even put on a royal robe and a crown if you need to, okay? This is definitely one of those days that I really want you to just, use it to your advantage. Now, the other thing that's happening is we officially move into Libra season. This is going to be on the 23rd on Saturday. So this is also the day of the fall equinox, all right, in the Northern Hemisphere, spring in the Southern Hemisphere. And so it's changing of the seasons. So expect changes. I mean, Sun in Libra, by the way, for y'all, if you saw your September forecast, you know Mars is in Libra right now. And Mars will be in Libra until October. Now, the Sun is joining Mars in Libra. This is all in your 11th house of your social network, groups you belong to, organizations you belong to, even social media. All right. You may feel a lot of power, a lot of movement here. Okay. But also good, like goodness, right? What does the sun do? It's optimism. It shines this light on you. And so I really love this for you because the 11th house is also your hopes and wishes. Now, remember what I said. It's all about that balance. Think about Libra. It's, you know, the scale. It's all about balance now. So think about having that balance in your life. Libra is the peacekeeper, the peacemaker, it's all about truth. It's all about, justice, but the balance energy is really, really, really big. Especially, being very diplomatic around this time as well. It's time, sometimes I bring it up in Libra readings. I remind them, hey, y'all are cardinal signs, y'all are leaders, y'all are, Gandhi, was a Libra, John Lennon, Kate Winslet, even Confucius, was a Libra. Simon Cowell, Libra. He, it's funny because he is the Justice card in tarot is ruled by Libra, and so he is a judge. So it fits, right? It fits. But again, it is that. It really is that balance energy. Okay, it's that balance energy, but it really is that powering up now. Okay, I'm saying this week is like a slingshot week. Okay, because we're coming out of all those heavy retrogrades, right? And so during those retrogrades, you're thinking, how do I want to reassess, things in my life? What do I want to change? What are things that I want to adjust? What you're really going deep. What do I want for my future? All those questions, asking those deep questions, and then the sun trines Pluto. Boom. All right, taking action, being and feeling empowered. Right. This is really, really a good week. And of course, with Libra being like a cardinal sign, like I said, like that leadership energy there. All right. So keep that in mind. And actually, if you want to like bring up the moon as well, on Friday, the moon is in Capricorn. So it's like time to get serious about, for you, right, like money, salary, finances. And if you're not here for money, okay, if you are Simon Cowell watching this video, where money's just like, hey, I got enough of that. It's the second house of self-worth and self-value. All right. So really powering up, having that sense of empowerment, not feeling powerless. All right. This is a time to really take charge. All right, Sagittarius. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for y'all. All right. For Sagittarius sun, Sagittarius rising, definitely going to feel a lot of these aspects I talked about, a lot more than Sagittarius, but sun, but all Sagittarius will definitely feel everything that I just talked about. Okay. And feel free to read for your moon, your Venus, all those other placements, if you feel compelled to. So Sagittarius, let's go ahead and get started. See what's going on for you for September 18th to the 24th. So Sagittarius, like I said earlier, I do a traditional culture cross spread. It really brings the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Sagittarius, y'all are amazing. Thanks so much for being here. You are so much fun. Sagittarius, I don't know if she's I have a lot of friends that are Sagittarians, and I don't think they ever watch my videos, so I might call them out and see if they are, but we'll see. Sagittarius, you are, wow. Okay, here's the thing. You ready for this? Really, really, when I say let your intuition guide you, let your intuition guide you this week, okay? Let your intuition guide you. It's going to be a big thing for you, all right? Really big thing for you, and I don't want you to miss out on that. The other thing is, I don't know. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I'm going to push this over real quick. The other thing is, like, you're really good. You just have to let your intuition guide you. You're going to have some choices to make, decisions that you're probably already going through it, too. You're probably thinking about things. But let's get started. You got the Ten of Cups.
Can I just show you something real quick, Sagittarius? I usually go in order, but I'm going to show you this. 10 of Cups, Knight of Cups, Page of Cups. You got 3 Cups cards, okay? It got right across your cross. And then you have 2 of Swords, and then the 9 of Swords. So you only got, and then you have the High Priestess in your challenger area. So you only got swords and cups, which isn't a bad thing. But there's no pentacles here, and there's no wands here. But let's see if they show up in your stuff. But anyway, this is you. Oh gosh, you being really tapped into, like, wow, your emotions are like, it's like you're at Coachella. Like it may be like even like really infectious. Like you're gonna feel really good this week. You did get the 10 of Cups, so this is great. It came up in your past, so there is a sense of like happy family, happy home, happy life, happy couple, happy everything that's in this card. It's the only rainbow in tarot, which indicates a promising future. All right, and you see all the cups that are aligned. All right, they're aligned in the rainbow. Over their heads, it's a lot of enlightenment. All right, so this is really great. You are definitely entering kind of like this new it seems like this new chapter, but it's all up to you. And some of y'all may be in a place where you're really going to be thinking about it this week. Okay, again, really let your intuition guide you. Okay, you could be in your head a lot, but go right here, the heart, your pineal gland, intuition. But you did get the Knight of Cups in the heart of your spread. This is really great. So there could be a lot. I know that I said career was a big thing for you this week, but it looks like there's also a lot of love too. And especially with the Knight of Cups and the Page of Cups. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And here's the thing. It's not even okay, there's a lot that's happening here. The first message that I'm getting is that there could have been something with family or a partner that is just like if there was any sort of arguments or challenges, things are so good now, okay? If there was any sort of confusion or like not seeing eye to eye, things are good now. Or they will be this week, okay? But remember, you have to take some action too, right? But that's one of the biggest messages that is coming up. Don't let anything... just remember, let your intuition guide you, okay? Especially on Tuesday when the sun is opposing Neptune, because the Knight of Cups, by the way, is Pisces, all right? And like I said, with the sun opposing Neptune is in Pisces, and that is your 4th house of family, okay? And home as well, all right? Your domestic sector. And so things that have to do with home, family, parents, children, your lover, partner, whatnot. So keep that in mind. But another message that's coming through is it's really, really just you feeling great and being in this place where you're just like, okay, I'm sort of leading with my heart this week, okay? And all I want to do is be emotionally fulfilled. Like this is a week where I just want to feel a lot of love. I want to be loved. I want to give love. And I really just want to pursue my passions. And I know what my passions are, and I'm going for it. I mean, the Knight of Cups, you can actually see on his armor, he has the fish on his armor, right? So like I said, he's Pisces, but he is the Mr. Romance. He is the Knight in shining armor. So partnerships like love could resonate. Some of y'all could have entered new relationships. You could have taken your relationship to the next level if you're not here for relationships. And this is work or career, okay? Or work or romance. But if you're not here for that, this is just you just wanting to fill your cup. This is you just wanting to be emotionally fulfilled, going after your passions. I mean, the Knight of Cups, he's very like... talk about imagination, right? Like very imaginative. He's like into the arts. He's he's that romantic, right? He's that romantic. And so it's really, really, really just like what is it called? Like swept off your feet kind of energy. But again, it can be just you with your passions and things that you're passionate about as well. But there is a sense of like another person involved that's coming through that may resonate with y'all. And if not, it may be what you want. It's something that you're definitely going to get. You did get the Page of Cups in your future. But before we even get there, remember, you got the High Priestess in your challenge area. So, I mean, when I say really let your intuition guide you, the High Priestess only comes out when she needs to tell you, trust your intuition, go within, okay? All that wisdom, all that knowledge, even, you know, for questions that you have, they're all inside you. They're all inside you. You have to do that deep, like, introspection, that soul searching. And she came up in your challenge area. So again, let your intuition guide you this week. Don't be like too like cloud nine. That's what like Sun opposing Neptune again may want to do. Just if you're gonna do that, have one foot on the ground too. Right? Okay, so the reason I say that is because you did get the Two of Swords, all right? Again, relationship energy is a big thing that's happening here in your spread. Two of Swords, first, well, this card is ruled by Libra, first of all. And so we are entering Libra season. And again, that for you is specifically like your social network and groups you belong to, organizations you belong to, even your hopes and wishes. So there could be a moment where you have to make a big decision about moving forward with something that has to do with that. But Libra is a native ruler of the 7th house of partnerships and relationships. And you see that you've got a lot of that energy here. And so it could be a decision you have to make about that as well. This is actually attributed to Moon in Libra, and you can even see the sliver of the moon there. So really, really trust your intuition. You see you've got it twice here, okay? With the High Priestess ruled by the moon, the sliver of the moon at her feet. So trusting your intuition really will make all the difference for you this week, okay? But there may be a decision that you have to make. Take your time, okay? It's not a race, okay? Take your time. There may be something that you have to really reflect on, all right? So and take your time until you're ready to take, you know, that blindfold off, okay? And it could be very emotional for you, especially with all these cups, and then you have a card with all this water, all right? Water is emotions, but you also got the Nine of Swords, all right? So you got the Nine of Swords in the root of your spread, all right? So there is a sense of there's something this week that you may want to do where you may feel bad about it. That's why you have to trust your intuition. That's why you have to have this moment of clarity, actually, because the biggest energy that's coming out for me is that there is something where you feel like you may have to end something and you may feel bad about it. Almost like regret energy. So that is the biggest thing coming up for me. Now, this card is, you can see the man sitting up in bed, hands over his face. That's you, okay? So you have to ask yourself this week, like, what is it? Do I feel guilty about something? Do I feel remorseful? Did I do something wrong? Did someone do something wrong to me? What you ask those questions this week, let your intuition guide you. I know I feel like a broken record, but I want you to know that, you know, we were all gifted free will, right? And I say it all the time when this card comes up, and this is the most like comes up the most out of everyone's readings, right? Any sign. So you can see that. You see the roses. I'm going to pull this up. The roses and the comforter. So there's a lot of comfort in actually doing nothing at all and just staying in bed and, you know, like binge watching Netflix and eating like Ben and Jerry's ice cream and just like really, you know what I mean? Like not doing anything. Or you can take action and face tomorrow. You can get out of bed. You know, the comforter works both ways, right? It's all up to you, all right? But it does look like something that, with the Two of Swords in your crown, Nine of Swords in the root of your spread, it's something that could have actually already happened, and that is still, and so it's now like up here, and you're like, okay, I got to really figure this out. But for a lot of y'all, yeah, it may have to do with relationships. It could also have to do with something about your passion, something about your future like hopes and wishes. But again, even with like friendship energy, it could be like something that has to do with a friend too. But you did get the Page of Cups in your future, and so this is really great. We're going from the Ten of Cups to the Nine of Cups to the Page of Cups, and this is amazing. So if you are single, sure, there could possibly be someone coming into your life. Again, you're the one who has to take action too, right? Like if you're just sitting in this bed, nothing may happen, right? Unless you go out there to the bars and the dinosaur museums. I don't know, wherever you meet singles these days. Tinder, fire up the Tinder. But Page of Cups is also a messenger. So if you're not here for love or partnerships or anything like that, this could also just be some sort of message coming through. Again, if you're letting your intuition guide you, if you're trusting your intuition, if you're really tapped in, if you're really tuned in, you will get those intuitive messages. The Page of Cups is very intuitive, just like the Knight of Cups. I mean, the cups are intuition, okay? Emotions, feelings, intuition, but messenger, okay? Pages are messengers. It's in your future. So you could be getting this message come through about something that is really nice for you, something that is possibly could be very new. So it could be in the form of a relationship. It could be news about something that has to do with your passions and your hopes and dreams. And it's something that it's something that you wanted, okay? It's something that you're in pursuit of anyway, with the Knight of Cups in your the heart of your spread. So there's a lot happening here. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot happening in your spread this week. But remember, it is all about that empowerment and feeling empowered, okay? So with the Nine of Swords, again, feel empowered. If there is a sense of you just feeling, you may be in your head a little bit, especially with the Two of Swords in your crown as well. Use it to feel empowered, okay? Use these moments to empower yourself. I don't want you to feel powerless, okay? I want you to feel liberated, all right? Not limited, all right? But it does look like it is going to be a heartfelt week for you. But let your intuition guide you. Now, let's get to yourself. I'm not going to say that anymore, I promise you. Sagittarius, if you like this reading, by the way, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I just cracked my voice. It is one of those days. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I wouldn't be here without you, so I am truly grateful. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, there's... my gosh. I have never had a reading like this. So remember how I pointed out earlier, you only got cups and you only got swords in addition to one major arcana. That was the High Priestess. Look, cups, swords, and the major arcana, but with a sword. Wow. Okay. So, with the lack of pentacles, by the way, and the lack of wands, it feels like some of y'all may put it on the back burner to resolve this thing, but also do not exclude that when they don't show up. It just really put emphasis on that too as well. Okay, career. But let's get started. You did get the Seven of Cups. Okay. It looks like there is going to be something that it's almost like some of y'all are definitely looking to change things up. Let's keep it that way. There is a sense of, with the Sun opposing Neptune, that is going to be a thing, okay? And, I call this card the card of illusion and delusion, because you can see that their young man here is being presented 7 cups, all right? But they're not, if you take a really close look, they're not all that great. Okay, you see a snake coming out of one, and they're all very different too. That's the other thing is, so it's really like you really have to know what you want, and that's why you did get the Two of Swords in your crown. All right, so really spend that time going within to know what you want moving forward. It looks like you have an idea, but I think in order to move forward, you've gonna have to let something go, okay? Because you also got the Five of Cups in your external factors area. Again, a little bit of, I'm getting that regret energy. Like it's almost like, I feel bad doing this. I feel bad about this. I don't really want to do it. I don't know if I want to do it. It just could be like a little confusing moment that you have this week. But I am getting the impression, you can see that the cups are spilled and he is dwelling on it. So he's dwelling on the past, and he's not seeing that there's two full cups behind him. Okay. So if he were to let go of the past and let the past be history, because the past and history are two very different things. All right. He can move forward. All right. So it's really, really, again, there is this sense of something that is really, it could be bothering you this week. Something that you feel maybe a little guilt about, something, a little bit of regret that you know that you have to do. But you're going to have to do it. Okay. I mean, you did get the Page of Cups in your future. And there's more good news on the way, but, I'm going to show you something here. You see the cups are spilled, right? Now, the biggest message coming through is that some Sagittarians, it was you that kicked the cups over, okay? You just didn't, and that may be the thing that you regret, okay? But for a lot of y'all, it could be something that you're still like just dwelling on. But I'm going to show you something here. You do see the cups spilled. You see the red wine flowing out of it, right? Take a closer look. Look at the green stuff coming out of that cup. You see that? What is that, Sagittarius? Let me pull it up closer. The green stuff, all right? Do you know what it is? I don't know what it is. Do you know? I don't, and that is the point. Who knows if that was actually good for you? Nobody knows what that green stuff is, okay? It could have been something that was actually not good for you at all, all right? It could have been something that could have poisoned this person. It could have been something that could have made him really sick. It could have been something that was just really not great for them. So keep that in mind. There's a reason why you shouldn't be dwelling on this past. It may have not been something that was good for you, but that may be that regret energy as well. But you did get the Queen of Swords. So this is where everything just kind of like starts to brighten. Well, okay. So, you got the Queen of Swords, who, by the way, is Libra, and we are moving into Libra season. Again, a lot of relationship energy showing up here, okay? Relationships, partnerships. Now, it does seem like you do want to have this sense of justice. And yes, you do see that you do have the Justice card in your final outcome. But before we even get there, the Queen of Wands, all that truth, and nothing but the truth, facing your truths and your realities, but also everyone else's, okay? Now, interesting thing about the Queen of Swords, she leads with her head. She's very headstrong, all right? Very decisive. She doesn't F around, okay? She doesn't F around. You can see that there's no water in this card. She's left all emotions at the door. Is because she doesn't want her emotions to cloud her judgment, right? Which, speaking of which, what I said earlier, it might be a feeling of being on cloud nine, but like have your foot on the ground too. But yeah, there is a sense of like truth and integrity that comes with this. And even though she's left all emotions at the door, you see that her hand is extended. She's saying, "Come to me, talk to me." Let's work this out. Let's figure this out. That's what you want. And then you will. You got the actual Justice card, which I stated earlier is ruled by Libra, and the Queen of Swords is Libra. And the Queen of Swords is very much like the Justice card. Just remember, this is reminding you actions have consequences, okay? But remember, I told you to take action this week as well. And so actions have consequences, and equally so, inactions have consequences too. Now, the Justice card sits right in the middle of the major arcanas, right? This is all about that balance, right? So that balance energy is really strong. You even see the scale in the judge's hand here, okay? So use that sword to cut what you do not need anymore. The thing that you are dwelling on, the thing that is keeping you up at night, the thing that is making you go within, there is something that you really have to come to terms with or make a decision on this week, okay? There's a lot of karmic energy attached with the Justice card, all right? A lot of karmic energy. So karma is, it's not static. It's constantly moving. We're constantly working with our karma. And so with that said, this is, think about, she sits right in the middle of like the past and the future. And so think everything that you've done up until this point really determines what's going to happen next. So really think about your karma, but also at the same time, it's almost saying like, with looking at your entire spread, take that action to have like justice served for you, okay? You have a big week. You have a rare, like, I am not gonna lie, I've never seen anything like this, where you've gotten a reading with only two. You've gotten all cups and all swords. You got 3 Libra cards the week that the sun moves into Libra. And you also have, what else did you have here? And the 3 Libra cards, and then the 2 cards that have the moon and that's saying to go within. All right. You have Moon and Libra and the High Priestess in your challenge area. It's like, you need to really, really tap into your, spiritual side, your intuition. Again, it's intuition that makes everything better. When you're tapped into your intuition, it is almost like there is no fear, there is no anxiety, there is no stress. There's like, right? So, wow, you got a big week ahead, Sagittarius. But you also have one of the rarest readings that I've ever. Like, this is quite rare, all right? And if you want to get even more into it, the High Priestess, the only 2 major arcanas that you got was the High Priestess and the Justice card. Now, the Justice card is directly corresponds to the High Priestess, because the Justice card, like I said, is in the middle of the major arcanas. Card number 11, 1 1 equals 2, High Priestess 2. They both sit in front of a veil. Go within. Work with your karma. Go within. Libra. I'm sorry, no, Libra. Sagittarius. You have a lot of Libra energy here. This is going to be an interesting week. I actually really want to hear from you now. I want to know what plays out for you. I've never had a spread like this. All swords and all cups, and then the 2 major arcanas that are very linked to each other. Very interesting. Oh my goodness, very interesting. Okay, well, Sagittarius, thanks so much for being here. If you like this reading, let me know. Let me leave like, comment, subscribe, all of that. And I really do want to hear what's going on. And if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Next week, by the way, it's really interesting what's happening here, because this is leading up to what's happening next week, where we have that full moon in Aries. Okay? That's in your 5th house of love, of romance, of pleasure, creativity, self-expression. It's interesting, right? Because full moons are the end of a cycle, and they often, they bring conclusion to things. So we're really leading up to something, but in the near future, you still have the Page of Cups, so something new is. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. I know I'm talking too much, but Sagittarius, thanks so much for being here. You're amazing. I will see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.